Good evening.
afternoon.
This is Jimmy Two-Time on Double AP. It's another episode of Yinzology.
The study of everything Pittsburgh.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law.
Gung, 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 gung.
Welcome to another edition of Core Countdown, where Jimmy takes us through 10 Pittsburgh Steelers post-game performance points to engage the Steeler Nation for the love of football, to explain the game to the best of our abilities, and to expand our knowledge because knowledge is power. Ground control to Major Tomlin. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, Yinzers, now? Can you hear? All right, lots of blame going around for ground zero. Blame Vegas, Amazon, Tomlin, short week refs, your grandmother. Final score, Steelers 31, the Bengals 33, and a dramatic down to the last second field goal and a Hail Mary in regulation. Commencing countdown and team minus 10.
10. We got the turning points in the game. We got the pivotal moments in the game. There were quite a few. Double A, I'm thinking of one main one. Jamar Chase. I don't know if you guys saw it. I saw it on TV. It looked like Jamar Chase pushed off in that one touchdown pass. Start the ball rolling in the Bengals' favor. But I guess since the refs didn't call it, it apparently wasn't a push off. We move on. You know, there's a lot to be said about Aaron Rodgers yelling at Jaylen Warren after that one flea flicker. After watching some interviews, post-game interviews, Aaron Rodgers was asked about that, and he said it wasn't a flea flicker call. So I think that was a big pivotal turning point as well. But I think the biggest one, and Jimmy Two-Time Jr. looked over at me and he goes, "Dad, they scored too soon." Whenever they scored that touchdown with 2 minutes to go, he should have done what the guy did on the Bengals. Get to the 5, get to the 1, run out of bounds, slide down, don't go into the end zone. You get to save some time, or you get to knock some more time off the clock. It was almost a foregone conclusion that they were probably going to score there.
All right, number 9. We have the team OV overview of the offense, defense, special teams.
You know, the offense, I think the offense did great. Jaylen Warren got it going. He was doing a lot of cutbacks. The front, the blocking up front. I think Broderick Jones once again had a good game. I think really the whole offensive line had a good game. Mount Washington had a good game. Spencer Anderson, who's the eligible receiver coming in, he had a good game. I think the blame solely, Double A, lies on the defensive side of the ball.
That's what everybody's saying.
You can't stop the pass. Then you can't stop the run. They're running back breaking tackles. I'm just sitting there dumbfounded saying this is kind of week 1 and week 2 stuff where the defense couldn't stop anyone. Over 300 yards by the 715-year-old Joe Flacco. I mean, that's not acceptable.
I can't imagine if they had the Hendrickson guy playing. Yeah. That would have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
Definitely knows his running backs and tight ends where he can release the pressure valve. I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah, all but right. they were running. I don't understand. They were running free. You go to the sidelines on that last drive.
Yeah.
They're picking up 10, 15, 20 yards at a pop whenever there's less than 2 minutes to go. They're in 2-minute offense mentality, and we're in 2-minute defense mentality. If every time a defensive player makes a good pass deflection and makes a good pass breakup and then turns around and does this to the ref, to the field ump going, well, the field ump's going to say, don't show me up. And then if anything is borderline call, it's being called against the Steelers. So they got to cut that out. There were so many penalties.
And then turnovers, and then also TJ, a lot of people were complaining about his performance. What's your take on that?
He had that, like I said earlier tonight, Double A, he had that half a sack, garbage sack, him and Cam Hayward. You know, not a whole ton of pressure. They were getting some pressure, but they weren't collapsing the pocket. I'm not sure where that push up front in the interior defensive line went from last week to this week.
If you were to take something good out of this game in terms of players, what was the most valuable player or play that you did see a positive?
I think, like I said, the most valuable player is basically everyone on the offense.
Yeah.
Jaylen Warren's playing well. You're still not throwing the ball to the receivers. However, incorporating every one of the tight ends, and Muth was incorporated pretty substantially.
When Gaineswell, he got lit a few times, but there was some guy, he's actually from Newcastle. Did you know that?
The defensive player
Yeah.
for the Bengals. Yeah.
Okay. Yinzer's out there. You may not have known that. He's from Newcastle.
Newcastle, PA.
All right. Number 7, put me in, coach. We're getting into the coaching. And a lot of upset Steeler fans right now with the coaching. You want to shed some light on that?
If you look, I'm old school.
Here we go, folks.
I remember back in the day, Chaz Knoll, if you started screwing around and let the opposing team run rampant on you and run roughshod either on the rush or on the pass, Knoll is getting in your face. The coaching was somewhat suspect. The defensive side of coaching, some of the flea flicker or no flea flicker stuff could be corrected. Yeah. Trickeration could be corrected down the road. But
all right, unlike the bingo card we saw in the last game, it was Warren, which he had a great game.
I'm wearing a Pens jersey.
Well, I quickly went to the Pens game to quickly wash off the Bengals cat poo as fast as I could.
Oh, yeah. Here's the reason why I bring that up is
I think we need to get, by the way, subscribe to the channel. Algo
is hungry.
The dingo likes when you subscribe, but we need to get him a Pens jersey. I think we need to swap that out a little bit.
Yeah.
From time to time.
Time to time. Hey, you have to change it up a little bit.
But you're wearing a Pens jersey. Why?
Yeah. So whenever a player would dog it a little bit for the Penguins, the coaches in the past would sit them for the first period, sit them for a game.
Or send them down to the baby pens.
It may be a good idea to go ahead and make a statement. Tomlin should make a statement and say, hey, Cam Hayward, you're on the interior of the defensive line. You just signed a bazillion-dollar contract. You're getting caught in the wash.
A lot of these guys are making a lot of money.
Yeah, but maybe make a statement and say, we got to get the rest of the team on the defense, because I see zero problem with the offense. You mentioned about Jaylen Warren at 127 yards on 16 carries. So I'm 7.9, almost an 8-yard average per carry. No problem there. Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 34 for 249. No problem there. He did have the 2 picks. The one, he was trying to go deep. It's almost like a punt. And the other one, throwing it out in the flat. And I don't know if any Yins out there saw this, but that one that he threw to
the right on the flat?
To the left.
Oh.
And to Metcalf, and they pulled it out of his hand, and they kept going right up to the point where that defensive player hit the ground. Yeah. It appeared to me that ball moved whenever it hit the ground. If I were Tomlin, I would have thrown the flag.
Number 5, do you have any stats for us that jump out?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, Aaron Rodgers, 249, 23 of 34 in AA. Let me tell you, Hail Mary that Aaron Rodgers threw is the furthest pass by a quarterback in the NFL since 2007.
Yeah.
I think he threw it from the 34-yard line, 36-yard line, and it went 2 yards deep into the end zone.
And there's been a lot of haters and doubters saying he couldn't throw the long ball.
And he's good.
Yeah, he's still got it.
He reached back and kind of got it wound up and threw it. That was nice. That was like catapult. Yeah. But he did well. Freiermuth led the team, 5 receptions for 111 yards. Metcalf had 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players had a reception, had at least 1 reception. So
number 4, level setting.
Oh, we got the smaller level.
You remember last week the bubble was centered. It ain't centered.
No.
Surprisingly, it wasn't as physical as a lot of people thought it should have been or would have been. What happened there? Why wasn't it physical? Do you think it's a rivalry team for sure?
It is more of a rivalry in recent memory than the Cleveland Brownies, just because it's more of a equal weighted wins-loss ratio between the Bengals and the Steelers. It's very difficult to decipher the rivalry and the level of rivalry whenever Joey Burrow is hurt, and he was on the bench with the boot on.
Yeah.
But Flacco being able to come back, he's played for the Browns, he's played for the Ravens, he's played for a lot of different teams that the Steelers have rivals against.
They were both cool as ice, those old guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And being old guys, I enjoyed, even though we lost, I enjoyed watching both of them.
Yeah.
I thought they played really great games.
You and I are older. We're not old, we're older. We're more seasoned, but it's nice to see a more seasoned
that they can still
athlete.
They still got it. Well, listen, what does this bubble mean for the trajectory? Because the Bengals they were in survival mode, and now it's kind of flip-flopped where they have regained some control. Where's the trajectory for our team now going forward? It's going to be a much more difficult, challenging schedule.
Well, let's go ahead and put the brakes on the world is ending, skies falling mentality. We could have been up 3.5 games in the division. Now we have a 1.5 game lead. It's not the end of the world. If you're going to lose like this and in this manner, I'd much rather lose at the beginning of the season.
The locker room and coaches and players. Tomlin is known for not having the best short week track record, but Rodgers did mention something about not liking the schedule of having to play on a Thursday. It's like, it used to be Thanksgiving.
I saw that Aaron Rodgers interview.
Yeah.
And if you look, whenever something good happens, top-notch, top-flight, great quarterbacks will say everyone else on the offense did well and made us better and made us win and made me better. If things happen, like the flea flicker thing, he said we weren't on the same page. Not once did he throw Jalen Warren under the bus. Not once was he negative about other teammates on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
That is a true leader. I appreciate that. I like that. I like that characteristic in a leader. I'm hoping they collectively get together and figure it out together, individually, but as a unit rather than.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. I don't know if you saw the locker room video. I think it was Ramsey, and then they showed Porter. I think it was Ramsey was like, that's on us, and he was taking blame, and there's no excuse. And then Porter was kind of making an excuse, saying, well, didn't like the calls and this and that. Did you catch any of that or no?
A real little bit. And you know what? If you don't like the call, don't give them an opportunity.
All right, number 2, Steeler Nation fan reaction. Last game, I could hear, it was a home game. I could hear them through the radio. And it was nice to hear. I didn't see them on the TV, but I heard Yinzers when Muth caught the ball a couple of times. I heard the Muth come through the radio, and I'm like, oh, they are there.
Whenever they started panning around the Bengals Stadium, I didn't see too many black and gold. They may have said something in Cincy saying, don't sell your tickets to Steeler fans. So that may have, remember how they did that in Indy a long time ago where they said, do not sell your tickets to
because they want
Steeler
that
fans?
white out.
Because they want the white out and everything else.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point.
But hang in there, Yinzer Nation. It's one game. It's early in the season. We're still 4-2.
What do they need to start doing? What do they need to stop doing? What do they need to continue doing? So, hey, player matchups. Who are we playing? What do we got to start doing? Who do we got?
So, So they're playing on the 26th at home against Aaron Rodgers' old team.
Oh, yeah.
The Pack.
The Packers.
Go Pack, go Green Bay Packers. I love the Steelers, but I also like cold weather teams. So Green Bay, go Pack, go. Negative 20 degrees outside. People are there going nuts. But this is going to be a big test, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have to keep his cool because he's playing against his old team. Keep throwing the ball to all the tight ends.
Mix it up.
I saw that Roman Wilson had a big catch on I think it was the third down where he jumped over someone and he kind of needs someone in the helmet, in the face mask to get that first down. Keep distributing the ball on the offensive side. keep with Jaylen Warren, and if he starts tiring or starts faltering a little bit, you still have Gainwell, you still have Caleb Johnson. You got to start feeding the ball. Continue, as you saw on the offensive side of the ball, the run sets up the pass. So,
and I kept saying they couldn't chase Brian.
I know.
They got to start stopping the run. Why in the world? Why didn't they double team them? Do something after the halftime. Stop them.
Well, the one time that they double teamed both of them, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. He hit the tight end, the Euva or whatever that guy's name is, right down the seam.
Yeah, but he had 50. Jamar had 50. Higgins had 35. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
What is going on?
If you're going to play, and actually Jamar Chase, funny you said that, was interviewed after the game, and he said, which I can't stand, they are who we thought they were. But he basically implied that, saying we knew they were going to play man coverage so we could beat them. If you see that, you have to make the in-game adjustment. Tomlin's got to figure that out, make the in-game adjustment of we're going to double team and we're going to roll the safety over to the one side and we're going to double team the other person and kind of bracket it, because that's unacceptable.
Real quick, yes, you know how the one guy slid to go for the field goal and to manage the clock.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that Muth should have done the same thing.
That's what I was saying.
Do you agree or disagree? What's your thought on that?
100%.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, 100% agree.
Okay.
Like Junior said, he looked over and he's like, Dad, they scored too soon. I'm like, yeah, they scored too soon. And I'll tell you what, Mount Washington, you got to keep incorporating. That guy,
Darnell, he dropped the ball he missed the ball a couple times.
But they said he's 260, 265. There's absolutely no way he's that light. He's over 300 pounds. He could easily switch to being one of the big Al Villanueva, who is the one tackle. He could be big Al Villanueva with 6'7", 305 pounds, but the guy runs like lightning.
Yeah.
Got to incorporate him.
All right, let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you. This was a rough one.
This was a rough one, but you know what? The best thing about sports, there's always another game. So let's not worry about it. Green Bay, it is.
And there's hockey.
You can't change anything in the past. You can dictate what happens in the present, and you can dictate what happens in the future. So you can look back on it, learn, but don't dwell.
Anything else you want to say other than that you're a dude?
I think, I'm a dude.
I'm a dude.
I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
And doodads,
We're at.
We're at.
All right.